The following game has been rated T for teen by the ESRB for fantasy violence, mild language, and drug references. That means anyone under the age of 13 should not be watching this video. You have been warned. Greetings and salutations, I am Outlier and I bid you welcome to this channel. Joining me today is of course my usual co-hosts, Snowball and Wolf. And today we're returning back to Starpoint Gemini Warlords. The premise of the Starpoint Gemini series is that you take on the role of a starship captain to do starship things. And while that is also true for Starpoint Gemini Warlords, in regards to Warlords, in addition to doing starship things as a starship captain, you also have the ability to construct and command whole fleets of AI-controlled vessels to either wage war against the various factions of the star systems of Gemini via remote, as in you send them off to battle and you don't have to show up until after they win or lose, or at all. Or they can basically pal around, following you around everywhere, and when you come across something you don't want to fight, or you come across something that's too big for you to fight by your lonesome, they show up and basically do all the heavy lifting for you. Well, that's not exactly true. You do still have to fight, but you can let them take on the brunt of the enemy war fleets, because while you have war fleets, so do they. For those who haven't seen 2 episodes ago, I finished the main storyline, or I guess what passes for the main storyline, in the fact that we reclaimed the Proxima, a massive super capital ship class superweapon used to originally plan to conquer planets, but apparently if you turn up the energy flow to its primary gun up to its maximum, it can basically level an entire planet, which doesn't really be all that useful for conquering, as in, basically if you try to conquer something, everything that you destroy, you eventually have to rebuild. And if you want to have something viable and easy to and ready to go after you conquer it, you want to make certain very little gets destroyed, or at the very least as little as possible. But after that, we received a cryptic message at a massive T-gate located at the stars of the star system of Gemini. And this Starpoint, as it's called, it turns out was a trap by the Central Worlds Alliance, which is apparently a massive faction up until recently I never heard of, because my group, the Solari Concord, operates on the fringes, so we had next to no contact with them up until the very end. But anyway, they set a trap for us, and we obliged by stepping clean into the trap. What no one realizes is that when activating this trap, we turn on the Starpoint, and out pops a massive, massive vessel, the likes of which no one has actually seen before. And it turns out at the helm of this massive, massive vessel is the so-called King of Gemini. Because up until this point, I never knew that Gemini had a king. To be fair, I never actually finished Starpoint Gemini's 1 and 2, which are the 2 prior games to this, and Starpoint Gemini 3, well, at the very least was made after this one, and I would assume chronologically it occurs after the storyline for this game, but what little to moderate amounts I have played of the first 2 games never mentioned a king of the solar system. But anyway, he shows up with, I think, a small fleet of his own, claiming to be king, and chases away the Central World's alliance because they realize who he is, and they need to run off to prepare defenses against his arrival. And he needs friends, and we don't want to get blown up. Although I guess we could take his vessel if it's just his vessel against my entire war fleet, but I've been wrong about those things before. But I digress. So anyway, he shows up and ropes us somehow into helping him conquer his territory, and that's what I did, for the most part anyway. I still got quite a bit of his territory to conquer, and apparently it's flagged as mine, so I'm not certain if I'm conquering it for him and I just give it back to him afterwards, or I'm conquering it in his place, and when he says, okay, this is mine now, I say no. But I haven't actually gotten to that point yet, so when I do get to that point, it's going to be interesting. Very interesting. Did I mention I have a planet-conquering weapon? Anyway, so we'll see what happens, and as such, this game is of course made by... Thank you again. And that being said, let us begin.
Alright, so here we are. This is our ship in the, well, my ship in the center of the screen. This is not the King of Gemini's starship. That ship is much, much bigger. I think closer to like station size. And all the yellow squares around us are our friends. It's our fleet. It's gonna collect random things that apparently just blew up. At least I would, except my cargo bay is completely filled.
Commencing automated firing sequence.
Speaking of my cargo bay being completely filled, I'm also running low on heavy weapon ammo. And normally I just go to a dock, empty the cargo bay, and reload the ammo bins. However, look at the map. This is the territory we're trying to conquer for our friend. And as you can see, there's no space dock to do that. The closest dock, I guess, or at least a friendly port, is the Osaka Research Station, up in friendly territory belonging to the Nixian Dominion, which I guess is actually our friend, the King of Gemini's faction. So I guess it's technically his port, so I guess we can go over there and do that. However, I can also go to the Missouri Mining and Processing Station with an approximate fleet power of 15,570, take it, and hopefully they have refitting capabilities there. But in the meantime, the territory I have to take from the Central Worlds Alliance is basically these 4 zones. And normally it's just basically show up at the zone control point, fight off the guys who are there, and then take it over. However, the DLC seems to be slightly different in the fact that I have to basically, because fleet power is so ridiculously high at 62,500, 75,000, 87,500, and then 100,000 for the actual planet, whereas the whole of my fleet, the Honor Armada, consists of 47,397. That is the whole of the fleet, right? Go all the way back over here to Concordia, our true home base. I mean, I am still technically building a carrier and 3 cruisers, so it's not the whole fleet. I mean, it is the whole fleet right now, because I don't have any spare extra ships. But I have maxed out fleet power, so I can't actually build anything until something else dies. But in the meantime, as I said, to progress in the DLC, I basically go to these main missions, fight a fleet battle, and that apparently either weakens the forward outpost to the point where I can actually take it, or, much in the case with this one, it just gives me the zone outright. But again, I need resupply and refit and repair and basically a place to have the crew stretch their legs and grab a snack and refill the ammo bins. And as I said, while I can go here to the Osaka Research Station and do that, I prefer to have my own home port. And while I can travel all the way back to Concordia, back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, it's a long way to go. I mean, technically I could also go to, the Godson Research Station, which is technically under my control because if somebody paid me to conquer the Will of the Wisp area, well, most of it anyway. I think these are the guys that actually told me to do that. So I technically have that territory. There's also Sora that I can go to refit and resupply, but they're all farther out, and I'd prefer a closer port. So let's hit
Initiating
this
sublight.
station before I forget. The fleet is following me, right? Yes, it is. It's just a long way through a very long asteroid field.
It seems a battle took place here. Should we scan the remains and see if we can find anything?
Tempting, but I'm technically on the clock because if anything like last time, these main missions can actually come under attack by the enemy. I'm assuming that if they do that, I lose this, well, and they win the battle, I should say, I lose this zone. Can't talk anymore. And here we go.
We may be stationary, but we're sure as hell reactionary.
I'm sure you are.
Sensors are picking up a hostile installation nearby.
Well, I would hope so. We are here to attack it.
Getting cocky, eh?
Very much so. Launch the fighters.
Launching fighter wings. Enemy down.
Retreat! Retreat!
Bit late for that, and I think we just won the war on shipping again, or at least another battle of it.
Still ready for this, bruh. Curse you and your ship.
As we just slaughter destroyer after destroyer. After destroyer. After destroyer. After destroyer. I wonder if I'm just clicking on the same destroyer.
Enemy down.
Anyway, oh look, another freighter, so I guess we haven't won the battle against shipping yet. Where are we targeting? Oh, a platform. Okay. And we probably should technically shoot the platforms.
You caught my attention. Now there's no escape.
Yeah, they killed the freighter.
All systems failing.
Yeah, see, that's all the shield really does. It prevents heavy weapons fire. I can fly through the shield, the turrets can shoot through the shield, but the missiles, fusion torpedoes, and shockwave ion cannons can't. But the platforms are more important than the shield generators because the platforms shoot back, or at least they would if they bothered to actually load their weapons. So, prefer it if you just target the platforms. Plus, as I said before, when conquering something, the more you blow up, the more you gotta rebuild. Now, technically, rebuilding shield generators and like actually doesn't really cost me anything. Much like the defensive fleets, as soon as it's mine, they just auto spawn. Still, somebody's gotta build and man these things. And we capture the station. And it doesn't look like there's actually a place to dock, so... I mean, I would say we have one more station, but I can dock here, so let's dock. Alright, and there's no shipyard, so I wasn't actually expecting one. But there is a trader which allows me to sell all the stuff that I picked up from the previous fights. Fight before that, and the fight before that. But what I really want to do is repair, I would say repair, but we don't need to repair anything. But basically rearm the Dreadnought. I don't want to customize. Clear it. Cancel. Painting's weird in this game. Anyway. Alright, and now I have a port of call for my own. So with that out of the way, let's get back to the war.
Sublight.
And And since this is a main mission, I would say I would have like just used my T-drive charges to jump close enough to get there. But since it's a main mission, let's just immediately jump there. And here we are. With the fleet in tow. Apparently the station's now green.
Captain, incoming vessel. It's something huge.
Feel like you're careful, eh?
Okay. A Tsar-class carrier.
Aft shield is at half capacity.
Oh, a Legion-class Titan. Let's cloak the
Aft
vessel.
shield down to 25%, Captain.
So apparently the CWA have a Titan-class vessel of their own.
Starboard shield is at half capacity.
Apparently they got a lot of holographic carriers around. I don't know if those are actual carriers or, you know, just decoys. I just realized I never recalled the fighters, but they recalled upon docking, so...
Our fight has reached its end.
Alright, so everybody pile on the big thing.
Engaging cloak.
I almost didn't see your fingers.
I don't even think that did any damage.
Starboard shield is at half capacity.
There goes my, starboard shield. I just lost somebody, I think. Alright, so we're actually supposed to escape, so, recall the fighters.
Initiating
And,
sublight.
engage sublight. The Dreadnought. Let's just drop out of here.
Target is down.
Okay, I don't know what happens. I was gonna wait for the fighters to return. But sir, incoming transmission, says our first officer. And this is the so-called King of Gemini, Zaldor Hargraves. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing this correctly. But again, I'm not entirely certain I've ever pronounced one of these names correctly. So anyway, he says, "Ha, what is the matter, Captain? Took a little beating. When I was younger, I took down 2 dreadnoughts and a frigate. I'm sure you did." Then Laurel Keswick, I'm guessing his primary general, Midnight Booty Call, I'm not quite certain, but, or right-hand lady. Anyway, she says, that was the meteor shower that you managed to lead them in due to the dense sensor-blocking nebula. I mean, if he did that intentionally, it's still technically his tactic. Oh yes, it was glorious, the king responds. That sight of destruction is something I'll never forget. And that one meteor that landed in one of their engines, such a score. Well, on to business, Regent. And then Laura replies with, "We have received all the information on your latest conquest attempt. It won't be possible to aggress normally, even with the help of Defiance. We do have another option, but it's kind of unavailable to us. Maybe you will have more luck with them." And then the king replies with, "That wretched lunatic, to even think he was my right hand 30 years ago. But I still consider him a friend even after all that he has done to me. I hated him for such a long time. But he had very little choice. His family was at stake. I understand that now. Such a tragedy." Who is this guy? Who are you talking about? This is me, by the way. And Laurel says he was the Emperor's most trusted advisor. He remained here when we left, and now he is kind of mad and we can't talk any sense into him helping us. He's still a very resourceful person. He moves through the junk pretending to be a nobody, but instead he is collecting all kinds of information and equipment. A loyalist got in touch with us using technology procured by him. The ability to obtain such powerful devices is not something to be taken lightly. We knew who he was trading with, so we thought he was back on our side again. That is, until we arrived and contacted him. He spouted utter nonsense about the end of the universe and demanded our Titan. We, of course, didn't comply, and there was no contact ever since. And I can use diplomacy because I put perk points in it. Saying any additional details on him would make things easier for me, or any idea where I might find him. Because I don't often get the ability to use the perk point dialogue. Any additional details on him would make things easier for me. And then Zalda replies with, he was one of the finest tacticians in Gemini, large part of my past success, and then he betrayed me. That's all I'm willing to share. Stab you in the back, literally or figuratively. And then Laurel states, according to our latest intel, he's located in the this place wastes region. We are sure our data is correct, but he runs off as soon as we try to contact him. His name is Eldrin Grey, but he calls himself Ratman now. Such a shame for a brilliant strategic mind to end up like this. Not necessarily. This could be all a ploy to hide. You know, one of those pretend to be insane and impotent types of people, when in fact he is still very with it, as the saying goes. You know, it takes a very smart man to play the fool. Anyway, if, well, the king says, if you get a hold of him, tell the Burr he still owes me a kingdom or two. Good luck, Regent. And Laurel says, I am uploading coordinates to his last known location. Tread with care, Commander. Right, so in that entire big fight, did I lose anybody? I did actually lose people. I didn't lose any of my, War Masters. Couldn't think of the name. So Tara Higgs is still here, Maxon's still here, Neka is still here. I still have 6 carriers, but only 1 cruiser, so I lost a bunch of cruisers. Okay. Got it. Where am I going now? Oh. All the way down here. Right, so let's go see the Ratman.
Engaging sublight.
I'm assuming the fighters are back now. Alright, so first officer says, Sir, we are here. We're detecting faint radiation signatures. When we're ready, we should proceed. There he is, that's the Ratman. Okay.
I've been awaiting.
Okay, did I slam into him by accident? So the first officer says, Ratman, we're here on behalf of Emperor Zaldor. Now, if he doesn't want to talk to the Emperor, we probably shouldn't say that. Show yourself, we have urgent business to discuss. The Ratman says, on behalf, haha, right. Sir, the radiation levels are rising. How do you like them accommodations? How do you like our Gemini? Feeling safe? Well, given the fact that we've been on the fringes, formerly of the old Earth Empire, we built a planet-conquering weapon, and we have that, I don't know. Sir, the radiation levels are off the charts, but we are okay here. Okay, safe, wrong. Nobody is safe in Gemini. Not now, not tomorrow, not yesterday. Follow me if you have what it takes for the truth. And then the first officer states, comms are down, we're detecting a slight signal in the vicinity. There's also a problem with the radiation, but it is seemingly negated by the nearby structure. It seems we are accumulating some kind of an energy barrier as time passes by, so we should charge it up before we start moving in the waypoint direction. Okay. Go to the waypoint, be careful of radiation. Charge up your radiation shields, nil structures. Can we get moving? Alright, so let's just fix the ship. And I'm guessing this timer is how long until the radiation starts killing us. Radiation shield booster. So I guess we just hoof it.
Engage sublight.
Well, it'd be nice if I knew where these other boosters were. That's just junk. Here's a radiation shield booster. So now we wait for the timer to recharge, and I guess we move on to the next booster, which is there. Okay then.
Affirmative.
go.
Engage sublight.
Where exactly are we? We are in friendly territory. Oh, constructed a Zodiac. And there are enemies here. More Tsar-class carriers. And we're running low on time, so let's actually get closer. If I can.
All weapons fire at will.
Alright, probably shouldn't be doing this in a radiated area, but I think they blew up the shield booster. Well, timer's not going down, so I guess we're still good. Anyway, as I was saying, probably shouldn't deploy the shield, the fighters in a heavily radiated area. But I guess radiation only affects my vessel. Can I... I didn't think so. Can I send over our away teams? But looks like everybody's got biometric shielding, as expected. And then somebody says, well, something. Well, this is fun, isn't it? I'm guessing that's the Ratman talking. For some reason, I'm guessing it's some sort of bug or glitch in the system, but, you know, whenever somebody says anything, that little text box shows the picture of the first officer, and somebody got blown up. Right, and I'm flying away from the booster now. But they're dead, so...
A little bit of action won't do you any harm.
Alright, so now I said stop toying with us. We're here to ask for help. You were the one who brought Zaldar back, so stop this nonsense and come with us. We could use each other. The Ratman replies with yes, you'd like that. Commander, do you know how it is to be betrayed? Betrayed by the Dominion when I was in utmost need, betrayed by them after I have fully cooperated, betrayed by the whole of Gemini. Now I know better. Now I see all for what it really is. Want to come work for the Solari Concord? I mean, we get betrayed all the time. By our friends, by our bosses, by the guys next door. That's not true. Magano Barney has been a close ally. Beware of the Eye Commander. Beware of them, for they are diligently watching, acting from the shadows, plotting and twisting our ways, and murdering loved ones. I'm guessing a shady cabal took out his family. What in the world are you talking about? The end is nearing, Commander. There is no other way you will do. Don't worry about the radiation for now. Come meet me when you're ready. Radiation levels are minimal and received a new set of coordinates. So I'm guessing the boosters not only protected against the radiation, but also caused it. Alright, so let's recall the fighters before I forget that they're there again. Right, and have we lost anybody this time? No, we did not. Okay. Where are we? In the Yelaxeril conglomerate. The name I can't pronounce, conglomerate. Got it.
Engaging sublight.
I'm guessing it's still head to various waypoints. It doesn't look like the radiation is killing the vessel anymore. I think I still have the radiation booster equipped. I'm not certain about that, though. Anyway. Surprised Raynor isn't part of this DLC. Guess I'm surprised any of the main characters aren't part of the DLC. There's me, the first officer, and the king, and I'm assuming is Midnight Call Girl?
Admire my creation, Captain.
Okay, what is it? Alright, sorry to play with Magnificent. What is it? As I just said. How is it possible? I mean, I would assume you just weld bits and pieces together. I mean, we have the Proxima. We can build big things. And then Ratman replies with, Regent, there are secrets and technologies all around Gemini that you are just oblivious to. Behold the great Juggernaut, a prime example of proper scrapping and procuring, my home base and center of operations. There's a reason you haven't heard of me, and it's because all I've done for the past 30 years is work on this magnificent beast. Can we bring it to war? Sir, the radiation levels are rising again, says the first officer. And now, Commander, you know what comes next. Are you ready? Ready for 3, 2... Battle stations. 1. Commander, the Juggernaut is all yours. Just leave with it alive. Ha ha. Wait, what's going on? Sir, he cut the comms. Inbound ships are on the way to attack, but their target is the Juggernaut. So I guess we just basically fired. Alright, be careful of the radiation. Try not to kill the Juggernaut. Charge up your radiation shields and those structures. Can we target the thing we're shooting at? That would be helpful. So one ship goes away. They built a cruiser, which I guess means that the carrier has been built. I don't see a health bar for this Juggernaut. Weird. Anyway. Right, so they seem to actually be fleeing. Anyway, I'm supposed to defend this thing, so let's actually get close enough to defend it. Because part of its low back shield seems to be down. There we are. I'm guessing again biometric shielding.
Severe damage on all levels.
Alright, one dreadnought down. Of course, I got 10 seconds left
Hostile
before,
target eliminated. Affirmative. Engage sublight.
say the radiation shields start taking effect. Let me just recharge the shields real quick. By recharge the shields, I mean the rad shield. Or, you know, the general shields, I guess. Cloak the vessel. Because we lost the starboard shield. Guess I gotta be within 3,000 measurement units of the radiation shield booster. Oh, that's actually a lot of enemy vessels. Alright, and I'm losing the radiation shield, so let's start repairing the vessel. Try to get them closer to my fleet. I guess one advantage is just staying put and sitting there. Of course, the problem is they're out of range of the shield boosters, so... I mean, there's a radiation shield booster over there.
Affirmative. Engage.
So, I mean, if we just run quickly over there... It's close to the very thing I'm trying to defend, which is now at 89% capacity. Ratman states, I knew you would make it, but I could not drop my precious into someone else's hands without testing them. There is also an included neural link interface necessary to drive vessels of this size. You won't find any more of those, so take care of it. With the Juggernaut or this neural interface? And then I reply with, why are you doing this? Why not just join us? Ratman says, oh, you should know best. It is all just a big power play, and I'm quite a weak player myself. We've gotten chewed and spit out by Zaldor. It would have been just a matter of time. But you have Concord behind you. Your pawns were already in place, and now I gave you the Queen. I like to think my fleet's more valuable than just pawns. They're at least knight or bishop level. Proxima, I guess, would be a rook. So why are you exactly doing this? What is your gain? And then Ratman replies with, they're here, in shadows, and their power grows with each moment. I had to support either you or Zaldor for Gemini's sake, but I served under him. I know his methods, and he won't come back unless he was ready. You are the only one who can resist both of them, but keep Zaldor close. Keep him close indeed. For even now, both of you are not enough. Rise in power and prepare. It's up to you now. So clearly, he expects somebody else to show up. What are you talking about? You will see. You will all see. Well, I would say you will all see, but it's you will see. You will see. So let it be. I could not be the one to save Gemini, but you have the chance. Don't waste it. Sir, no signal. He is gone now. Okay, fine. Like I said, it takes a very wise man to play the fool. We should check out the Juggernaut at Concordia and go back to the battlefield with it.
Captain, the Legion is retreating back to the planet. We can now push forward.
Okay. And I'm guessing my cargo haulers are hauling it off. And the Juggernaut has been added to the garage. Conquer the CWA occupied zones. Alright, where's the nearest tier gate? T-gate. Seriously, where's the nearest T-gate? Don't make me conquer somebody just to get a T-gate. And there's this one. There's probably one closer, it's just like somewhere off in here that I can't see. Well, there's actually this one.
Acquiring new coordinates. Affirmative. Engage sublight.
And let me guess, I forgot to recall the fighters. So let's do that. Who are we shooting at? Various pirates. Okay. Military fleet battles begun in Rapture. Where is Rapture?
So long, and thanks for all the ships.
Ah. Yeah, so this place again. So yeah, I'm guessing that if I lose this fight, and it looks like I will unless I intervene, they may conquer this zone.
No more! Please, no more!
So,
All hands prepare.
let's
for
grab the
T-drive.
T-drive charges, jump to here, and then get back to Concordia. Because I'm fairly certain, even though it doesn't say it, arguably the Titan chapter has started. So all the other technical chapters of the game. We skipped carrier, apparently. And go straight to this Titan. Which apparently I only have one of, and something tells me that's probably a good thing. Alright, so we have the Honor Armada link up with the Void Vapors, which are my spare carrier and 3 cruisers that have been built. So just build more cruisers until I run out of ship capacity again, or fleet capacity, I should say.
Your travels treat you well, Captain.
Alright, just sell everything that I managed to pick up. I would say repair the hull, but hull's repaired. And if I'm switching to a different ship, I'm probably going to have to refill the ammo anyway. So if I look at the garage, Juggernaut class Titan. Alright, so it's got 14 forward turrets, when I originally currently have 5. 11 side turrets, where I have 10. And 6, yeah, that's 6. 6 aft turrets instead of 5, so extra turrets everywhere. Major increase in turrets is towards the front. And it looks like it can carry over 2 to 3 times the ammo bins, so... I would say transfer command, but as normal, wrong button, hang on. First thing I do is go to the dry dock. Let's just rearm so that way it stops blinking. Yeah, go to the dry dock, go to loadout, unmount everything. Do enhancements stay attached? The enhancements stay attached, okay. And I'm probably going to have issues remembering what all these enhancements were. But in which case we go to the garage, and there's the Freightliner that I picked up last mission, 2 missions ago. Then we transfer command to the Juggernaut. Manufacturer, the unknown. And it starts with all the turrets. And I even have capacity for 3 fighters now. Alright, so I'll worry about enhancing everything later. In the meantime, let's pop on all the guns. You know, it doesn't have all the turrets equipped. It's got 1 turret apiece. So first thing we do is configure turrets and just increase the number of turrets. And I can't increase the number of turrets because it's more money than I actually have. That is going to be a problem. Alright, so we're not going to be able to play with the Juggernaut just yet, because I'm going to need more money to basically buy more guns. I mean, I have the gun systems, it's just I need turrets for them. Yeah, so it's 25,000 for each side, so that's 25,000. 25 million for each side. Really, it's 2.5 million per turret. So 25 million for the port and starboard, so 50 million. 12,500, so 62,500 for everything but the front. So about 95 million just to get all of the turrets. By contrast, say this is the garage. Hang on. By contrast, if we go to shipyard, the Deadly Helios, a dreadnought made by the Unknown, costs 100 million. So for 5 extra million, as does the Deadly Premonition, which is a carrier, costs 110 million. So for 15 million less, well, for 15 million more, I can get a carrier probably about almost the same size. Same with the Prosperity, which is an actual Titan onto itself. Although it doesn't have nearly as many turrets. So... Alright, so guess who gets to spend the rest of the episode, and probably some time in between if I remember, gaining money just to buy guns. Again. In the meantime, let's switch back to our dreadnought. Because, actually, if I sell all my turrets, how much would that get me? Barely anything. 500,000. If I sold all my turrets, I can equip one turret. One turret for the Titan. So anyway, let's just remount. Did I keep the enhancements? I did keep the enhancements. Okay, cool. I don't even want to know what the enhancements would be for the Titan. So in the meantime, let's just strap all the guns back onto the peanut bar. If I can select all the appropriate guns. Malkeever 3, Malkeever 3, Apophis 3, and Severus 3. I want Requiem 3 for the front, Sentinel 3 for the port and starboard, then Harbinger 3 for the back, and the Mediator fighter, which is technically my only fighter, for the hangar bay. Alright, and then we reload the heavy weapons, because removing the heavy weapons apparently auto removes the ammo. So I need 100 million, and I have barely a quarter of that. And in the meantime, once my war fleets stop dancing around each other and merge, well, they're getting closer, and they're practically kissing. The AI fleet mating dance is a sight to behold. Arguably yes and arguably no. Okay, could you guys form up one fleet? We kind of have a fleet battle to get to that's going to be decided in 3 minutes. Seriously, come on. Okay, the Honor Armada can go here. Seriously? I wonder if there's like a hard encoded maximum capacity for ships in a fleet. Like you can't have 30,000 different vessels all in one fleet. Because the more carriers and the bigger ships I get, the more of this kind of dance keeps happening. And they slot together, spin around, and just simply flat out miss each other, apparently. Right. So I'm going to have the main fleet follow me. Same with this fleet.
All weapons fire at will. Affirmative. Engage sublight.
Alright, and this is going to be decided in 44 seconds. So let's just get there. This is over a million
For travels, treat you well, Captain.
measurement units away. So I'm guessing that fleet battle is going to get decided relatively quickly. Meanwhile, my AI fleets can't decide what exactly they want to do.
Initiating sublight.
Okay, fine. You go over here. You follow them, you follow me. Well, I'm fairly certain that fleet battle was lost, but it doesn't look like territory changed hands, so if anything, I'm guessing the forward outpost just got stronger. Yes, no, maybe. I don't actually know. Or, you know, when I finally do show up, because these fleets are a pack of idiots.
Course set. Affirmative. Engage sublight.
So that's the Honor Armada. This is the Void Vipers. Who are these guys? Oh, that's the spare cruiser. Okay, you join them. And these guys are just going to chase after us, so... just have them pop out there. In the meantime, the rest of us go here.
Engage sublight.
I would say how exactly am I going to get 100 million credits, but I do have this outpost. I'm assuming it has a jobs board. I'm assuming. And, wow, food power is ridiculously different. The CWA has 9 dreadnoughts, 4 cruisers, 5 frigates, and 7 gunships, whereas Concord has 1 carrier, 1 battleship, 2 cruisers, 5 frigates, 3 corvettes, and 4 gunships. What happened to that second fleet? Okay, we're supposed to go there and jump. Go through here. Exit here. Now, why is my fleet not traveling in the right direction? Yeah, I see that. A military fleet has begun in rapture. I got 2 minutes to get there. Just park them there for now. Let's see if we can actually get there in a little over a minute. I'm not actually entirely certain I can. We'll find out though. I mean, we are now in the same hexagon.
Captain, we're flying through enemy territory.
Yeah, we're a war fleet. We do that a lot. And here we are. Still too far out to actually target anything. There we are. Hello.
Launching fighter wings.
Hostile spotted. Make haste.
Are CWA ships green, or is this just this fleet? Now I fire off all the special guns, and then it dies.
Starboard shield down to 25%, Captain.
I'm sure they are. Boost the shields and give them the port side.
Fight with honor, Burra.
I'm not the one who brought 9 dreadnoughts to the fight. I am the one who brought 7 carriers. 9 carriers. 8 carriers and 3 dreadnoughts. And an undisclosed number of cruisers because I can't remember how many I had. And why am I so close?
Starboard shield down to 25%, Captain.
Alright, cloak and repair. This is because I changed ships. The zoom factor had changed, and I just now realized that that had happened. Let's change his targets. That was page up and page down that zoomed in and out.
Stay right there, Burra. I'm coming.
Recloak.
Weapons ready and taking aim.
Alright. Just add and subtract on the number pad that controls camera zoom. And now that I can see my entire tactical wheel again,
I, fire at will command executed.
where's the front of the vessel? There we are.
I can do this all day.
I'm sure you think you can. Let's target the closest dreadnought. And boost the shields again, and I may have lost somebody. Alright, let's give them a side that isn't shieldless. How come periodically the music just stops? as I'm not paying attention and I slam into the dreadnought I'm fighting. Luckily, there's no ram damage. Anyway, one more dreadnought down. And he goes away. He really goes away, because I just, blew up his remains. There's one more dead. I'm still technically out of range, but I bumped into somebody. Alright, and then he dies. I'm guessing I won the fleet battle. Should call the fighters. I didn't say zone captured, so I'm guessing we still gotta do that. Although the forward outpost is now at 50,000 fleet power as opposed to 62,000. And I am down all of my cruisers. So I still have my 3 War Masters and 6 carriers, and my dreadnought's rather broken. So let's use a couple of my remaining T drives to jump to here. See if the Honor Armada and the Void Vipers can do the whole little dancing thing now.
Engaging sublight.
Another military fight in Rapture. This time in the exact same place with pretty much the exact same stuff. So I'm guessing this fleet battle is just going to keep happening and happening and happening and happening. On the plus side, the Honor Armada is now merged, so now it's all my carriers and 4 cruisers. And they keep following me now. I head back to this output, to this station, to rearm and repair, and see if it has a job board, because something tells me I'm going to need the Titan for this war, and in order to get the Titan, at the very least, as combat effective as it should be, I need all of its turrets purchased and upgraded and in place, and in order to do that, I'm probably going to need at least 100 million credits just for the turrets. God knows how much for the actual similar types of enhancements as what I got on this dreadnought, but I'll worry about that at a time not currently now. So let's just rearm and repair, and I mean the job board is here. It's all in like the single million ranges, so if I need, say, 100 million, it's gonna take a ridiculously long time. But they're there. I mean, there is this one destruction mission, and if memory serves, destruction missions generally pay a flat fee, as well as, any extra stuff that you can blow up. Let's actually accept that. But given the time and what I've done so far and everything else, I feel like doing this job, assuming it saves, and then continuing on with this fleet battle and waiting for the fleet to follow me, because God knows why they aren't, even though they're right there. But anyway, all of that is best saved until next time, because I'm going to call it here.
Everybody stay safe from the plague, and have a good day.